Plaintiff Kathy Berlin says the defendant is her daughter, and they've always had a volatile relationship. Kathy claims the defendant started beating up little kids when she was in second grade, and at age 14, she was arrested for shoplifting. Kathy's suing her daughter for personal property, stolen money, and emotional distress. Defendant Jessica Berlin says growing up, she was in and out of foster care because her mother was a crack addict and an alcoholic. Jessica claims when she was 15, her mother beat her in the face with a broom and was arrested for the assault. And she's countersuing her today for storage fees and emotional distress.
Start with you.
Okay, Your Honor. Jessica and I have had a volatile relationship since she was a child. I always was called to school. At about 14 years old, she got arrested for shoplifting and then
How often were you called to the school?
At least once a week.
What
in
type
high
of behavior?
School all the time.
What type of behavior?
I'd like to elaborate on that, Your Honor.
Like elementary and middle school.
Well, just fighting with the kids and not listening. She wouldn't get out of her cubby in kindergarten. I had to go to get her out of the cubby. And beating up the little kids in like second grade.
Did you ever have her go for counseling or analysis or evaluation of some sort?
No, sir.
Okay. What were you going to say?
Well, like she said, we've always had a volatile relationship. When I was 15, she hit me in the face with a broom, and she was sentenced to 5 years in prison.
For hitting you with a broom?
Yes, sir. My eyes were swollen shut. My face, I didn't recognize myself for a month. And I pressed charges against her.
With a broom.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Not just hit you with a broom.
Right. She hit me repeatedly over and over in my face with a broomstick. She's an alcoholic. She has alcoholic problems, and when she drinks, she gets volatile. She was addicted to crack cocaine, and that's where our relationship halted. And a couple years after that, she called me, said she got herself clean. I was very proud of her. She did it by herself.
How long ago was that?
That was probably about 3 years ago. And we tried to mend our relationship, and, drinking took over after the crack cocaine, and
resumed drinking.
Right.
Let me allow her to address this, ma'am. You started out talking about how problematic and troubled that she was. And now I'm hearing that you went to prison for beating her.
I stopped doing crack.
Let's start with the 5 years in prison for
I
beating
didn't
her
do 5 years. I did 28 days, sir. And I did hit her. I hit her right here in the nose. I did. And she did get a black eye.
And how old was she when you began your addiction to alcohol?
I didn't start drinking until I was like 28.
How old was she?
Oh, I don't know. I drank occasionally.
Elementary school?
No. Okay. I'd say about 5th grade. I drank occasionally. 5th, 6th grade.
Well,
teenage years.
We were in and out of foster care in our teenage years, my brother and I.
Perhaps she was a troubled child because she had a problematic mother.
Absolutely.
All
Her
right.
father's an alcoholic, and he was there, and it was a bad relationship.
Well, then that explains her behavior as a child. Let's get to the personal property and stolen money you're suing her about.
She left her boyfriend and came down with 2 of her 4 kids to come back to Milwaukee and live with me.
When?
That would have been in July.
Of
2009. Mm-hmm. And in July, her and her 2 kids, 2 of her 4 came, and she brought all her stuff. Coming back from the store, she saw a woman smoking crack in between the apartment building with her 9-year-old son, my first grandson, which really upset me. She got in a fight with her, came upstairs and said, "Mom, I'm going to kick her butt. Come on down." And I went down there and I punched the woman.
That's not true.
I went down there, I took the crack, the lady was standing there, and I
you
turned.
Punched her for her crack?
No, sir.
What?
No, I took the crack pipe and threw it, and I punched her because I was very emotional because my 9-year-old grandson had seen this, Jesse said. And I got arrested.
You threw it away?
I did throw it away. Jesse was right there.
You ran back
I grabbed
and get it.
No.
I bet you ran. Yes, you did.
I don't.
You weren't smoking crack back then?
No.
Oh, this was July of last year.
I haven't done crack since 2005.
Oh, good. All
Yeah,
right.
I don't.
Good. Glad to hear that.
Not me, thank you.
I'm proud of her also.
I have no.
Yeah,
I really. I tried it and I did it for a minute.
Good. All right, so you had that fight. Then what?
I had 3 months of probation left, so they revoked me, and I went to jail. I left my stuff there, and I said, pay my rent, and you kids can stay. You guys can stay here and just pay my rent. She didn't. She took my stuff and went up north.
I was evicted out of her apartment.
No.
Why?
Because my name was not on the lease, and she went to jail. And her landlord specifically told me that because my name is not on the lease, that I can't pay her rent for her. I can't do none of that for her. So
How did the landlord know she was in jail?
I told him, because the cops were all there. And the lady that got beat up lived in the apartment downstairs.
No.
So why are you suing her today? Property and stolen money. How does she owe you for that?
Okay, I went to jail, and I got out in September. I didn't have any place to go, and I went up north, and I got there. She says all she had was a trunk, a bookcase, and an antique sewing machine.
That's the property. You went up to get your property back
Right.
that she had stored for you, or that she agreed to take and store for you. Now, what about money? How did she get your money?
Oh, she had my time card, and you can see on here, I was in jail. I have proof of that.
How much of your money did she take?
$1,320.
Did you give her permission to take anything?
I told her she could pay my rent, and she did.
That's all.
That's it. I said pay my rent.
And she did not.
Right.
All right, ma'am, what do you want to tell me? She says
I have
that
a-
you withheld her items when she came to get them, and that you took money that was to be paid toward rent and did not do so.
First off, I've had most of her stuff since December of '08. She went to prison for stabbing a man, and I got called. She wrote me a letter stating that she needed me to come down there and get her stuff. I have a letter dated Tuesday, August 25th of '09, when I supposedly stole this money, that has all her account numbers on it, all her information for the bank, the 1-800 numbers, showing that I did not steal that money, she gave me all her numbers, all her
She
everything.
said to pay rent.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you?
I couldn't. The landlord kicked me out. He said I couldn't do it because my name was not on the lease.
So he'll accept the check, I promise you.
He
No, I
kicked
don't
me
believe
out.
you.
I had a.
Well, what did you do with that money then?
She stole it.
I didn't.
Hold on, what did you do with it then?
I spent it. It was owed to me
Spend
from.
it for whom?
From what?
It
She
was.
gave it to you for rent and you spent it for something else. Gotcha. Your
She-
counterclaim, $1,425 for storage fees and emotional distress. How does she owe you for that?
The storage fees, I never refused to give her thing. She is more than welcome. If you could put in a 30-day for her to come get her stuff, because I'd
Absolutely.
like to move and I do not want her to know where I'm at.
Have you tried to get your things?
I want to go get them this weekend.
Have you attempted to?
No, I can't go up there because I filed in our state.
So
and
why are you suing her if she hasn't stopped you?
she threw me out of her house.
I understand. That's the past. You're suing her for items, though. And she says she has the items, but you won't come and get them. And so my question was, have you tried to get them?
I was arrested 3 times while I was there, Your Honor.
I have
the first
records for
time.
that.
I
One
do
last
too.
time, ma'am.
Sorry.
Have you tried to get the items
No.
that you're
No.
suing her for?
Not yet. I'm
Yes,
ready.
Can I say something?
'Cause
State your name,
this
sir.
My name is
bad.
William Berlin. The items that she's suing for, I mean, I think my mom's just a little, anxious right now. The items she's suing for are items that was supposedly taken up north, but never made it up north. I was up north, I was up there when all this was going on for the last part.
But she says the items are up
No,
north.
there's
right?
only 3 items up there, and that's a
How
bookshelf.
do you know?
Because I was up north.
He
I was
lived
up
with
there.
us too.
I lived with her too.
They both lived rent-free in my house for 5
Rent-free.
months.
Hold
and I
on.
know
No,
how to-
sir.
Hold
She stole-
on. At this point, you haven't told
Okay.
me that she has withheld your items. All you've told me is they are there, and you
Right.
haven't tried to
They're
get
not
them.
there though.
No, I have.
I don't know
3
what
things,
they're
Your
saying I
Honor.
don't have, because
do.
I have everything, even from December.
No, she
I had to
don't.
go in December. She had no electric in her apartment
Ma'am,
building.
they haven't come to try and get these items
I'm
in
just.
question.
I want.
Absolutely.
That's what
not.
she's saying, they haven't either. Both your cases are dismissed until you all make an attempt to resolve this. Have a good day. That's it.
I love my daughter. I miss her bad. I'm going to go and get my stuff.
She knows she owes her the money, and I don't know why she doesn't pay
I don't
her.
owe her the
You
money.
owe her the money, and you know it.
I don't owe her the money.
She owes her the money.